Nashville has a history, culture, and music scene that we didn't fully grasp until we experienced it firsthand. Seriously, guys, you have to visit this city. It's an absolute blast for families. The heart of downtown, along Broadway, is famously known as Honky Tonk Highway. It's the birthplace of country music with deep roots in gospel. We kicked off our tour at the legendary Ryman Auditorium, exploring its rich history. Every step of the way, we learned about the stars of the past while jamming to the tunes spilling out of every doorway. The Country Music Hall of Fame was our next stop. While we only caught the exterior this time, we're definitely prioritizing the full indoor experience on our next visit.
So what I did was I asked Gemini to create a Nashville Broadway walking tour for us, guided for an 11-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and to guide the content for their ages specifically. And then we'll go to each stop and we will play the audio description. So basically we got a free walking tour.
And it worked.
It's working great.
It won't always work. Sometimes AI doesn't get it right. This building looks like a piano, and this one looks like a guitar. So cool.
I see like notes on a structure or whatever.
On a staff?
And like a hi-hat there.
That looks like a hi-hat? Cool. Architecture. You're a detective.
Music.
I really underestimated how on theme people would pack for Nashville. It has been sequins and fringe at 9 a.m. It has been cowboy boots and hats all over the place. You can even buy hats and cowboy boots if you want, but it's just every stereotype rings true. And even at 2 in the afternoon, you got bachelorette parties out walking the streets and music going and bars hopping. So if you have any stereotypes about this place, they're kind of true. As day turns to night, the party scene along Broadway can get a bit rowdy for kids. Even during the day, the volume was a little much for some of my kiddos. However, they loved popping into the Goo Goo Cluster shop to learn about this local staple. While you can create custom treats there, we found some delicious pre-packaged truffles that were both gluten-free and vegan to fit our needs. Afterward, we took a scenic stroll across the pedestrian bridge over the Cumberland River. Right down there is Honky Tonk Alley. You can still hear it from all the way up here on the bridge. You can still hear the music going. It's a party. And this is the final stop on our tour. We get to see where the Tennessee Titans play, right there at Nissan Stadium. And we get to walk over this pedestrian bridge over the Cumberland River. It's important to know how some of these cities got their early start because they were close to certain waterways, so they were able to be part of certain industries and trades. So the Cumberland River is an important part, and this bridge is over 100 years old, but it used to be used for vehicles and even had a trolley, and now it's pedestrian only, which makes it a nice, relaxed way to walk. I don't know that I would say the AI tour was a slam dunk because there was a little bit of like backtracking, but it did help us hit the hot spots and explained it to us in a way that the kids engaged and listened. And so I think I would have reordered it if I'd done it manually, but it was a good experience. We're all just kind of tuckered out from all the walking. Day 2 was a rainy one, so we headed to the Adventure Science Center to let the kids burn off some energy. The music-themed exhibits felt so perfect for Nashville.
It's hard to do with coffee.
Asher's finding out what happens to your heart if you play video games all day long.
And I'm over here checking my heart rate, and then I'm gonna drink this flat white and see if it goes up. We didn't even make it through half the building in our 2 hours there. Many of the displays are great for older kids and adults too, so it's a win for any age. We always pop into the gift shop, though poor Axon never seems to find his name on those souvenirs. Did you know Nashville has a Parthenon? At Centennial Park, you can wander the grounds and marvel at the scale of this massive Greek replica. We didn't head inside due to a scheduled event, but for the cost of admission, you can also see some impressive statues and paintings on display there. A hack I'd recommend for any family traveling with little ones is to book a hotel designed for downtime. Whether it's for movie nights or our personal favorite, an indoor pool, it's the perfect release valve when sightseeing just gets too overwhelming.
If Austin's here, it means we're doing another Nashville video. You know it. So, here's a hack. If you want to go to the Gaylord Opry and you don't want to pay $37 in parking, just park over at the mall, at the IMAX theater and the Regal, at the Opry Mills Mall, and look for a breach in the wall. Breach in the wall. Okay, follow this instruction. Go to the Delta entrance. No question. You are right by the riverboat. Right there.
The Gaylord Opryland is so much more than a hotel. It's like a massive biodome filled with lush gardens and courtyards that are open to the public. We have visited before during the holidays when it is decked out with activities, but it's a fantastic climate-controlled experience year-round. You can explore the water features, browse the shops, or take a boat tour to learn about the history of this incredible building.
Is extinct in the wild.
That boat tour had so much fun info about all of the plants around, a lot of the history of the Gaylord, what it was like here before when it was the Opryland. Okay. And this is the largest hotel in Tennessee and the largest Marriott in the world. So we still have a full day left here.
We do.
I don't want to jinx anything, but I would say this is maybe the most successful
City kid trip
so
so
like
far.
Domestic US. Okay, US.
Let's not jinx anything before the Civil War battlefield tour tomorrow.
But I'm really, really enjoying this city, and I would come visit the city again in a heartbeat. And I am hoping we do get to come back and see it again. Best U.S. city of the ones the ones we visited.
Oh, of the ones
recently on
we
trips.
visited over the last couple of years. Yes, I agree with that.
Best North American city.
I really like Montreal.
I like their croissants.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like the culture here.
I like the culture here.
Welcome to Franklin. Today has had some hiccups, but we're excited to see how it goes.
I based a lot of today and our Civil War battlefield touring on the Voices of the Battle Franklin app. The challenge is that app no longer works with the current Apple iOS. And so now we're having to cobble together written stories, as well as there's an old Franklin dial-up, and enter in a code number and it gives you a narration.
Not
Or-
dial up like old school internet.
No,
Dial
no.
up like you punch in the phone number to get a voice message.
But the audio is not terrific.
you
So it's a
know
little
the
hard to get.
teachers on Peanuts, they're like
Kind of sounds like that. So we're navigating.
the kids are really pulling little nuggets out of the history of it, and some of it is sticking. So I think it's totally worthwhile. It's a fun run around day, especially if you have nice weather. We have great weather.
Great weather today.
After the rainy day yesterday, it's nice.
It was 19,000 when Paragon troops formed into line of battle.
It is interesting. I grew up in South Carolina, and I understand hearing stories about the Civil War being told from a Southern perspective. I would say some of the retellings here are ones that celebrate Confederate leaders and speak about the Union as occupiers. And this is a Southern state, so Union soldiers who were here were visitors. But it's interesting, the tone and the way it rings, as someone who knows the whole story a little better now. Y'all, the Carter house is a construction zone and I could not figure out how to pull it in here. This day's been funny. It's been good, but I mean, a bit of a roller coaster. In addition to the construction, they just finished a big ice storm here, and there are just fallen branches everywhere. They're cleaning them up, but again, it's a process. A major highlight of our trip was the Carter House in Franklin. This hour-long guided tour offered a deep dive into the Civil War and the battle that took place there. We learned about the family who lived there and the harrowing experience of having a battle right on your front yard. While filming isn't allowed inside the main house, we were able to see the office building, which still bears scars of bullet holes from the Battle of Franklin. It was a great blend of educational lessons and hands-on experience for our kids' ages. After getting our history fix, we headed to the factory at Franklin to wander their shops. The restaurants here really tell a story of the city's creative pulse and its evolution from a historic landmark to a hub of vibrant modern flavors. We're kind of tired from all that sightseeing today, but
full. I'm very full.
I'm very full, but it's been a really successful trip. Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of sights, and we feel like it was a really well-rounded trip with a lot of various activities.
Yes. We literally said the other day, we're like, oh, there's things here that we haven't done, and so we'll need to come back another time.
Yeah.
So we definitely are not saying like, okay, well, we did it and we don't need to come back. Now, granted, we also have family here, and we also saw some friends here. So like there is a pull that brings us here in addition to that. But
Family and friends isn't always a pull, but we
push.
We really enjoyed our time with our friends here, with our people, but we also found it to be a really wonderful kind of mix of types and places and things. There's a lot of Southern stereotypes, a lot of kind of Southern suburban culture is what I'm familiar with from growing up in South Carolina, but Nashville has a very cool scene, a very strong, of course, a strong music scene, but so many young people that come here that you'll find all types of people, and it comes through in how many flavors there are of what you can do.
Coffee culture's on point.
Great.
Food was good and very adaptive for the things that we need. Parking is a thing. I will warn you about that. It is hard to find parking, And sometimes when you do find parking, you have to pay somewhat inordinate amounts of money for what it is.
There are garages and they are pricey. Although we did find a couple places that validated. So if you have to use a garage, see if the place you're going to will validate. Sometimes the restaurants do. But yeah, we did end up having to pay for parking. There's a lot of like, download this app on your phone or put in this phone number and figure out, you know, how to sign up and pay for the parking. So there's a little bit about figuring it out for yourself, but there's a lot fewer just normal parking lots at businesses than I would usually expect when I'm in the South. All in all, we had a great trip.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming along, and we hope that you will let us know what you liked the most when you came to Nashville or what we need to add to our list for next time. Thanks so much for joining us, travelers. Bye. Be sure to check out our Nashville food video next to see everything we ate there, because you should always experience a culture through its food. We'll see you over there, travelers.